I would like to ask you, and you want to brief about the different company normally undertake different levels of planning. I think everybody remember corporate level plan, division or the business level plan, and functional level plan. When we level, top management is always responsible for designing a corporate level strategic plan to guide what? To guide whole enterprise. So that is for the entire organization. It makes decisions on the amount of resources that they are going to allocate for different business units or the different businesses, and then how they allocate different resources to the functional level department or the department level activities to get overall company objectives, right? So for that purpose, I think you can remember, always I told you it should strategic marketing planning, we want to give a different priorities to different aspects. Especially, we want to look at company businesses as an business portfolio analysis. So, in other words, business investment portfolio analysis, right? So, here again, we want to understand different businesses under the different SBUs. Then the major steps in corporate level strategic planning, I think everybody can remember 4 levels or the 4 activities. So first, they want to define or design corporate mission that would guide to the entire organization. So we discussed what is mission, different missions, visions, and then the how can they build up market-oriented vision and the definitions for their businesses, right? Then again, we discuss how can company establish strategic business unit? We discuss what is it, why company need to look at the separate profit centers, which is called strategic business units. So that is very important section we discussed previous time. Even once they identify different businesses or the different SBUs for their company business portfolio, they want to evaluate, to assess each business units to check their strengths and weaknesses. So, in other words, they want to understand the present position of that particular SBU or maybe a different SBU. So, that will support them to assess or assign resources or the investment to develop that particular SBUs, right? So, therefore, that is the third section. To evaluate, to assess SBUs, company normally use different business portfolio analysis models and the formulas. So here, especially marketing perspective, we discuss SBU analysis, so the business portfolio analysis relating to the BCG metrics, right? I think you can remember. So here you learn BCG metrics related information, right? It is concerned only 2 aspects, right? Relative market, relative position or the relative market share and the business growth rate. Considering that, there are 4 strategies we introduced relating to build or the develop. Then the second one, they can harvest, they can divest, they can maintain. So there are different strategies we can apply relating to BCG metrics analysis. So finally, we can look at how can company improve their business portfolio by after analyzing, they can understand the real situation or the real picture of their business portfolio. So then that will support them to understand the weaker businesses as well as the profitable businesses. Once they are decided to even drop some weaker businesses, and then they can identify very profitable new business ventures or the new business ideas or opportunities concerning the change in business environment. So that will support them to move into the stage 4 or the final stage of corporate level strategic planning. So here you can look at that will support them to develop new business plan, or it will support them to design a growth strategy. In other words, they can identify different new areas for the businesses to enter after analyzing the change in marketing environment. Then again, they can understand the different weak businesses within their existing business portfolio. That will support them to understand whether they can keep these business centers or the SBUs further, or maybe drop this business unit, or either keep that one, right? So looking that one, they can understand or they can develop especially new business strategies, especially considering the future business plan, right? So now you can see here the important purpose for identifying or establishing SBU is everybody understand to develop appropriate strategies, marketing strategies for different SBU, right? So that is important sections that we have already discussed last time. Then here you can see the fourth and the final stage. So many companies here take some different strategies relating to downsizing their businesses. Maybe sometimes they are stopping their existing some business activities, and they try to outsource these things. Even different strategies they take under the new business plan, right? So here we can see different business growth opportunities, especially relating to the final section. So especially company can understand their current or the existing sales or the projected sales behavior or the sales level. So then they can understand what we want to achieve and their future desired sales and profit level. So if there is any gap between the future desired sales and the projected sales, corporate management need to develop or acquire new businesses to fill that particular gap. So that gap is called strategic planning gap. So you can understand related to this one, especially even we can apply it to ourselves. As an individual, we are not satisfied with our current position or the current level. So that's you are also not satisfied with your position. That's why you are engaged in MBA lectures, and you want to get the maximum qualification, MBA qualifications and so forth. So that's the different gap between your present situation and your expected situation. Just after having your MBA, you can move to the ladder of your organization, or maybe CEO post, or maybe the another post which you expect from your under your dream, right? So likewise, company also similar. They are not satisfied with their existing situation. So they are projected sales, but that is the normal way they can earn that sales. So that is, you can see in this particular diagram relating to the current portfolio. That is the level they are not analyzing or using different strategies. Normally, they can, through that time period, they can achieve that sales target. That is the projected sales, right? So, but their expectation is high. Their desired sales level is more than that. So, between the desired sales and current portfolio, you can look at the huge gap. That gap is called strategic planning gap, right? So that is important for you to understand relating to how company can assess growth opportunities, how company can build up new business plans considering the new growth strategy, so the growth opportunities, right? To fulfill this particular gap, they introduce different strategies, right? Especially you can see here there are three key the major strategies, growth strategies relating to the to every company. So first one is intensive growth strategy. Intensive growth strategy. Second one, integrative growth strategy. Third one, diversification growth strategy. Right? Three types of strategies company can apply here. So if you next we can go one by one. What is intensive growth strategy, what is integrative, and what is diversification growth strategy, right? So if a company going through the intensive growth strategy, that is the immediate decisions or the strategies company can apply or a company can use to get more customers or more sales, right? So here you can see three types of strategies we can look at relating to the different angles. So intensive growth means further growth within the current business. So that means actually you have your own product, you have the existing product. So we are concerned about the existing product and as well as more the existing markets, sometimes maybe the few changes, right? So further growth within current businesses, right? So then that is based on this intensive growth, there may be three strategies you can see here: penetration, market development, and product development. Market penetration, product development, and market development. So product development, that is the company try to change or improve their existing product according to the change in marketing environment and customer desires, right? So we will look at those things later. Just you can understand the three types of intensive strategies you can identify here. Then the integrative growth. So integrative growth, if there is if company need to move further, they can apply integrative growth. That is always try to build or acquire businesses relating to the current businesses. So they try to acquire another businesses. So based on that, there are three special types, especially you can see here: backward integration, forward integration, and horizontal integration, right? Then the diversification strategy, that is final section, especially it is related to the new businesses and with the unrelated technologies and new consumer groups. So that is, again, there are three types of strategies you can see here: concentric diversification, horizontal diversification, and conglomerate diversification strategy. Sometimes these strategies may be product development, and some new strategies may be very much similar, and sometimes it may be different. So still we can differentiate these strategies relating to three aspects to fulfill strategic plan in GAP, right? So if you look at the intensive growth strategy, so we may need to consider it is very easily by using Ansof's product market grid. So the product market expansion grid you can see here. So to understand market penetration, market development, and product development, especially Ansof's proposes a useful framework that is always support to identify how company can use intensive growth opportunities to expand their market, to gain more sales, right? So that is the intensive growth strategy. So you can see here, first strategy is penetration, market penetration strategy. What do you mean by market penetration strategy? So market penetration, you can see here, it is connecting with the existing product, with the existing market. Especially, it is not a new, it is relating to the existing product and the existing market, or that means current product with the current market using penetration strategy, right? So it's considered the company, how can company do penetration strategy? So then you can see the penetration strategy in separately. It is always try to to increase the market share, its current product, using current product with the current customers, right? So this is actually, they can encourage current customers to buy more. That is a good example you can see here. So here you can see the one good example, like encourage current customers to buy. In other words, increase in product usage among the existing customers. So look at here. So you can understand how can company encourage current customers to buy more. They can ask them to buy more. You can apply different strategies. If you buy one, you can get one free, or you buy five, you can get another one free. So likewise, you can apply different, you can understand the applications from the practical marketing environment. How can company try to encourage customers to use more amount? So that is the get more products. So that is important, right? Then again, they also ask them to use more frequently. Maybe you can get the external environment related examples, like if you ask the hand push as the example. So then after every time, maybe after every meals, even once you at least 5 times a day, you can wash your hands. Likewise, they promote current customers to buy more product from the company. Maybe different products you can put on the maybe the chat box, right? So how can company encourage current customers to buy more? Even occasions, they especially ask current customers to buy more. You giving some especially the pricing strategies, maybe the sales or the discount prices. Maybe they try to get more current customers to sell their sell more volume. Even they ask current customers to buy their product. Even the packages and all these things, after using the product, they can apply package for the other purposes. Maybe not only the one purpose. Maybe if you are taking cooking chocolate, maybe use for not only for cooking purposes, maybe some other purposes as well. So maybe sometimes you are asking these people to purchase a particular product, maybe like maybe the different products. Assume that they introduce with different grains, or with the different packages. So just or maybe the milk powder with the tin. So after using that product, then you can use it for the other purposes. Even sometimes same thing, even the Maggi soup kata. So you can see the different ways and different purposes they promote to use it. Not only the soup, that drink. So it may be they ask people, it's not ethical product, but anyway, they how they motivate people to buy more. So then they ask people to use it for the even for when you are cooking dal. So that is you can apply. Likewise, different way. Even the curries they ask to apply. So different purposes. So what the purpose behind that is to encourage customers to buy more and more product, right? So you can understand what it's there. Even not only encourage the current customers, they may try to they can attract competitors' customers, giving so many low price appliance low price strategies, maybe discounts, and maybe some creative advertising and the promotional campaign. Through those things, they can attract competitors' customers, and then they also through that they can increase sales. Then not only that, but also they can try to convince the non-users to use become a users, because people may not use that product earlier. Then company can penetrate penetrate their market through asking non-users to come and use it. Maybe sometimes they can promote that with the low prices. Sometimes maybe the special price offers, maybe the different terms they can ask them to pay, not at once, or the full payments they can go to the different term accordingly. So that why for that purpose, different way they can convince the non-users to buy company product. Even there are a lot of way they can ask consumers to buy more product within the existing market and the existing product. That is we call as penetration strategy. But the major important thing is you can see here nothing new, right? So that means actually it is the lowest risk option of the metrics that does not involve the investment in product. So you can as you see in the previous slide, right? So you can see that one. So it is nothing cost. So everything relating to the existing customers and the current product. So there is no extra cost for that to go to the penetrate the markets, right? But when we look at the market development strategy or the product development strategy, it may be especially the product development, it may relatively cost or the risky one, right? When we look at the next one relating to the intensive growth strategy, market development strategy. As market development, just you can find another market, but still the product is the existing one, right? Existing product. Green tea can use as the beverage as well as herbal product, right? So green tea can use as a herbal beverage as well as herbal product as beverage. Yes, the both way they can motivate and they can acquire non-users, motivating to that way, right? So that is a good penetration strategy, right? Maybe some strategies you can put here. Tell me the market development strategy. How can company use market development strategy? Especially, first they must try to identify the potential user groups, right? And in the current sales area, they can further understand the potential user groups in the current sales area, and then they can find these people. Then the second one, they can it might fix the additional distribution channels. So you can see here additional distribution channels in the present location, right? Also they can, if there is no further market or the further market that they can expand within the current location, they can move to the another markets, especially find in the new locations in the international level, so the other geographical areas, right? So that is the way they can find the market. But this is also somewhat compared to the innovation. So the total innovation, it is also relatively low risk opinion that company can apply as the market development strategy, right? So the different market development strategy, you can see distribution channels, they can differentiate. So maybe sometimes you can look at the different soft drinks, right? Especially different soft drinks, they sell in different prices in different locations, maybe different distribution channels, they add different things. Even if you are buying online, sometimes going to the physical places, there may be a different prices. They motivate people to go to the different markets, especially within the COVID situation. You can understand how company build up different and the additional distribution channels in present locations. So that is very important things you can understand relating to market development strategy. If there is no options within the current market or the current location, you can expand it geographically, finding new location in the international levels and so forth, right? So that is market development strategy, right? It is still relating to the intensive growth strategy. Then the third intensive growth strategy is the product development strategy, right? You can see here, when compared to the previous two, this option is relatively high risk. It's a high cost. Why? They want to spend some cost to improve. the existing product. Sometimes they want to change the product, maybe the colors, or maybe the packages, maybe the taste of the product. So they want to spend little money to improve product under the product development strategy. Maybe any changes they can do under the product development strategy. So especially different key points you can look at here. They can change the product considering the quality aspects. Product quality they can improve, considering the durability, reliability, and the overall performance of the product. Even they can consider the style improvement. They can think about how to increase the aesthetic appeal for the product. So then they might confer the unique market identity, and then they can change the different styles. Then they can improve the styles that will introduce to the under the market development strategy to win the loyal customers. Because company also can do product development through lifestyle improvement. And in addition to that, they also can think about the another special things, maybe the quality, styles, as well as the attributes of the product. They can change attributes. They can improve attributes. Maybe the different products, right? For example, if you have mobile phones, right? So they add some new attributes to the mobile phone. So that will come under the some improvements, right? So that is also feature improvements, quality improvements, and style improvements can be done under the product development strategy, right? These three strategies come under the intensive growth strategy. Once they think they have no further options or further rooms to develop major intensive growth strategies to increase its sales, then they can try to encourage its current customers to buy more. Then they try to attract the another strategy, that is the integrative strategy, right? How you can look at the integrated strategy, especially they try to increase sales and profit through backward, forward, and horizontal integration within its industry, right? It is important. So these are the three strategies you can look at after the intensive strategies, right? Within the industry, they try to connect with the suppliers. So suppliers are from the backward. So that is the backward integration, right? So many companies, especially in Sri Lankan situation, you can understand some companies connect with their suppliers and company manage their suppliers. For example, Cargill's Food City, right? Likewise, you can understand how company can connect with different suppliers. So you can put some extended examples relating to the backward integration. Even the forward integration. So what do you mean by forward integration? They can sometimes acquire or make some connections or the agreements to conduct their businesses with different intermediaries, right? So here different intermediaries, that is forward integration, right? In here you can see the different forward maybe the wholesalers, retailers, they try to acquire sometimes. Then sometimes they may have some agreements. Maybe the Coca-Cola and other Coca-Cola's franchise organization, they have some. They use this type of the joint ventures and sometimes to connect with these other companies to do that. Even Johnson and Johnson's is also sometimes back maybe make joint ventures with Coca-Cola. Even Sears as the delivering company or the major distributor, they connect with the Kmart company. So then within the same, they to solve their problems. Kmart is also distributing, maybe sometimes CS is also distributing company. So both company together, they do some business activities or the distribution activities to reduce the retail's problems. So likewise, different forward and backward integration strategies they can apply here. In addition to the horizontal integration, so they can acquire whole company or part of the company, maybe joint ventures, and also sometimes they can connect with their competitors. So good examples you can remember in Sri Lankan situation, like what the company SLT acquire Mobitel, then again Dialog acquire maybe a year. That is the company I couldn't remember. There are a lot of things you can put here, the different acquisitions relating to the Sri Lankan examples. Any examples you can remember? Can you remember? Different examples, right? So when we compare with the different horizontal and forward and backward integration, you can provide 3 examples. Anybody ready to provide some examples? Maybe Cargill's acquire Kotmale, very good, right? So then Cargill's acquire Kotmale. Then many Sri Lankan company these days, we can talk about the acquisitions, even Kotmale. Right? Nothing? No examples?
Acquired Etisalat.
Yes, that is Etisalat is also a good example, right? Then what are the other examples? Singer acquire CC? SLT Mobitel? What are the other? So many things you can remember. Right? There is actually different types and directions of integrative growth strategy, right? Different companies today looking at acquisitions under the integrative growth strategy. Not only they concern about the backward and forward integration, more and more companies try to use horizontal integrations within the industry, right? So that is you can understand considering these things, right? So that is the horizontal, the integrative strategy. If there is no further sources or maybe further chances to consider the integrative strategy, they must consider the diversification strategy. But why do we need diversification strategy? There is no room for further strategies applied under the integrative or intensive strategy. Then we move in to the diversification strategy. It is very easy for you to understand. Most of the time diversification strategies are having high risk because that normally unfamiliarity to the new business, because it is new product with the new market, right? You can remember the Ansoff's product market grid. The fourth shell mentioned the diversification strategy under the new product with the new market, right? So it is very if a company can find a good market opportunity, then it will always move into the outside of the organization, right? So you can see here to get more understanding diversification strategy. But diversification strategy, there are 2 types. Sometimes they can use or they can apply or they can undertake diversification relating to the current technology. So sometimes it is unrelated diversification or unrelated technology they apply. So both way they can understand 3 diversification strategies as we mentioned earlier, right? So here again you can look at the different strategies relating to the to fulfill the strategic planning gap, right? Market penetration strategy is the comfort area because there is no high risk, as well as it is connecting with the existing product with the existing market, right? But the diversification is a strategy. It's a high risk area, but it is very important for company to consider why they want to consider it. So how they can reduce help. This will help them to reduce the business risk, right? When they can introduce a better or the good market opportunity or find good products to introduce to that one, right? Even they can go through the diversification strategy. It will support them to build up shareholders' values. Not only shareholders' values, but also they can capitalize more money or more capital to build up their businesses, finding more additional opportunities, right? So that is, you can look at relating to the different diversification strategies, especially by looking at the two aspects or the two areas, right? So first one is also it has two types. One is concentric diversification, the other one is horizontal diversification. But simply you can understand what are the different diversification. What is the concentric diversification? Means actually same technology with the existing product line. That means company seeks new products that are that the technology already, the new technology that they try to apply to the existing product line. So just they try to introduce a new product. So when considering this one, so if we take the Nestle Maggi noodles as example, right? They extended Maggi soup, Maggi ketchups, and maybe what is the sauce. Likewise, different products they introduce using using the same technology, adding the existing product line. Then they try to they try to introduce more products. They try to introduce more products. So that objective is to increase market share. Concentric diversification objective is to use push strategy to attract more customers, acquire more customers, introducing different products with the similar product category, right? Maybe the noodles, that is one thing you can take. Then they can introduce maybe the soup, maybe sometimes macaroni. Likewise, different categories they can introduce using similar technology, right? That is the key thing. So at the same time, you can see the different companies when we look at the printing industry. So printing company now go with the start in the stationery business. So that is also using same technology. They try to introduce concentric diversification strategies. So different strategies you can understand relating to that part, right? Even some companies, especially manufacturing, but the telecom company, you can look at the telecom company. They introduce different telecom equipments. Go to start the mobile phone market or start the mobile manufacturing. So likewise, different things. Even car manufacturers, not only strict with their car manufacturing side, but they are going to introduce a three-wheelers business using the same technology. So these are the different examples I remember to tell you relating to the concentric diversification. Second one, the horizontal diversification. It is when new products are less risky. Again, you can see here new product with the unrelated technology. But they appeal to the existing target market, current customers, right? So that's why it's a less risky. You can see here it's less risky because they are targeting existing customer, people who are loyal to the company. Then they are ready to buy. Sometimes they are willing to buy. So even most of the times, if they use horizontal diversification with the new product to the with the unrelated technology, that will actually go through the brand extensions. So that is the good example. So brand, it is come with the brand extension. So you can see here then different products like maybe the brand extensions, then the different the highly concerned about the people who are not satisfied with the existing target market, then they try to introduce a new product. Maybe good example, I think we can look at relating to this, assume the what is the company you called earlier, maybe milk company, Kotmale fresh milk. They earlier introduced full cream, non-fat, and the low-fat. Even they try to diversify with introducing chocolate milk, vanilla milk, Faluda milk, right? So many things you can understand related to Maggie introducing coconut milk under the Maggie brand. Very good. That is also a good example. So there are a lot of examples you can find from the real market situation, right? Even different companies, even earlier, many even iTunes, they introduced iPod, introduced later on under the diversification, they introduced iPhone. So that is also use unrelated technology with the target into the existing customers, right? So different companies you can look at relating to the related diversifications and the different new products and the new market opportunities relating to the related diversification. If we move into the unrelated diversification, especially it is linked with the conglomerate diversification. Kotmale introduced oats with milk. Yes, very good, very good example. Even I thought that that is Kotmale introduced oats with milk. That is also another diversification strategy relating to what? Maybe the horizontal. The technology is different. Even did you remember the spicy jam? It is me don't know. It another new product development section. And that is came to my side. Conglomerate diversification, both the you can look at e-conglomerate diversification strategy to Sri Lanka, on the focus on the furniture industry, furniture manufacturing, so equipments, maybe the different washing machines and some other products under the under the electric products. So then you can understand conglomerate diversification as taking the Umbro company. Even different companies you can provide different examples. Very popular example for the conglomerate strategies, Tata Groups in India. They introduce conglomerate strategies. They use not only the chemicals, maybe the consumer parts and energy. They introduce information systems, steel, and some other services. Even you can apply Sri Lankan diversification, especially totally new businesses relating to the banking industry. Even supermarket context, you can explain different conglomerate strategies. Maybe the Umbro acquired a tea factory. Yes, that is recently they acquired a tea factory, and that is come under the diversification conglomerate strategy, right? So again, maybe you can understand relating to Cargills. They started banking industry, banking. They move into the banking industry. Even some banks, they not only going through the banking financial services, they move then they move into the insurance businesses. Likewise, you can understand the total changes or the change in pictures and the finding new opportunities relating to diversification strategies, right? So these are the different strategies you must consider to fulfill the strategic planning gap. Simply, you must understand All these three strategies you can apply not only the strategic planning under the corporate level, but also all these strategies are necessary for all the other areas that we will discuss under the other sections in the future, the next levels as well, right? So simply you must remember three types of strategies you can apply to fulfill the gap, right? Maliban start the selling tea. Yes. That is, there are a lot of examples. So when you answer your questions in the question paper, you may need to put more examples. You can earn more marks for adding appropriate examples as well, right? So here you can understand three strategies: intensive, integrative, and diversification. Intensive strategies, you may highly concern about the market development, market penetration, and product development. But sometimes product development strategy is mismatched with some diversification strategy, right? So that's the drawback of that and solves product market expansion grid strategies, right? So anyhow, time to time we can understand common strategies or the different strategies by looking at each section, right? Then this is the last part. Then once they identify the different important strategies, they can plan new strategic corporate strategic plan for next 5 years or 10 years, maybe 15 years time period. Within that corporate plan, the company, different business unit need to develop a business unit plan. We are not touching business unit strategic planning because we are concerning only the marketing planning, because just I put for you to get basic understanding about the steps in the strategic business unit planning. So it consists of one stage. When we look at the broader corporate mission, within that corporate mission, each business unit managers need to develop a different business mission based on their different businesses, right? So that is the starting point of business unit planning, right? So once they develop in business mission, then they can analyze external and internal environment to understand the new opportunities. But through that analysis, especially the using SWOT analysis, they can understand the change in opportunities and trends relating to the present market situation. So then they can, based on the findings of the SWOT analysis, they can formulate goals, and to achieve those goals, they can develop different strategies. Especially the business unit level planning, they consider Porter's three generic strategies. I think you know the three generic strategies, mainly the cost strategy. Then the second one is the focus strategy and diversity. Maybe the both strategies, different strategies you can apply under the strategy formulation part. After that, they can develop programs to implement for the next planning period while controlling and getting feedback of entire plan, right? But our focus relating to the marketing plan. So here you can understand what is the nature and contents of the marketing plan. Simply, the marketing plan, I think you can remember, we discussed under the functional level plan. I think everybody can remember what is it, right? So working within the plan set by the above levels means the corporate level as well as the other level means the divisional or the business level. Marketing managers come up with the marketing planning for individual products, or maybe the market, or maybe the brands, or some other product lines or channels, or whatever the marketing discipline related area, right? most of the time, each product level, marketing managers try to develop a different plans to achieve that product line or the product level goals, right? Likewise, marketing plan, normally it is a written document. It is a written document, right? You can see here that summarizes what marketer has learned about the marketplace and indicate how the firm plan to reach the marketing objective. Simply what they want to do within the market, and then how can they achieve that objective. So through with different strategies, they are put on the written document, right? So therefore, marketing plan is a central instrument for directing and guiding whole marketing effort or the whole marketing activities, right? So all the marketing activities you learn, you can apply and you can understand and you can use as a strategy to achieve the different marketing objectives in your marketing plan. Marketing planning, simply you can look at from the two types, especially relating to the tactical plan and the strategic planning, right? Look at the strategic planning and tactical planning differences. It is almost similar to the strategic corporate level plan and the other level plans with the tactical plan. Here you can simply understand a strategic level marketing plan concerned with the overall long-term organization directions. That means first they try to identify the target market with the change, connecting with the change in market opportunity to develop value or to deliver the value to the customers, right? So that is the entire picture relating to strategic marketing plan. They want to understand the best change in market opportunities and with the target customers or the group of customers. Then their task is to develop a value or the appropriate strategies to achieve company objectives. So the marketing objectives, especially the marketing objectives. Tactical plan or tactical marketing plan normally concern the day-to-day performance and the day-to-day what they are doing now. So then they try to develop a specific strategies or the tactics, especially connecting with the market or maybe the product, price, place, promotion, service features, or maybe the 7 P's or 4 P's, like that, right? So just they try to goals are subdivided into the specific section or the specific target, right? So that is the difference between strategic planning and marketing planning, right? So now simply we can move into understand the marketing plan or the marketing plan and what it contains, right? So normal marketing plan usually contains the follow different stages that you are seen in this particular PPT, right? So you can see here it is started with the executive summary. So but executive summary, it is we develop all the after doing all the activities. So after writing all the activities in marketing plan, that is the summary of marketing plan. It's support to support for marketing managers or maybe the top management to do quick analysis or quick understanding what the plan about. So what is this? So what are the key points relating to this particular plan? What are the key objectives? What may be the key strategies this particular plan? So everything we put on executive summary, right? So then it is start with the analyzing current market situation. That is also called situational analysis, right? So then the third one is the opportunity analysis. Based on opportunity analysis, they can develop objectives and find the issues relating to the marketing environment, and finally to reach objectives they can develop marketing strategies. To all these strategies, they want to develop implementation plan under the action program. What would be the actions and who are responsible when they are going to do these actions. So everything they want to clearly mention in the under the action or the implementation plan. And not only the action plan activities, but also under each activity, how much the cost they will want to spend for each each. So then they want to develop a next budget section. So finally, they want to control their whole marketing plan activities, considering getting the feedbacks and also the variations, understanding the variations, correct them under the controlling part, right? One by one, quickly we can go through before stop the lecture, because it is very important for you to get the summary, right? So I mentioned under that one, it is brief summary. Then it's we will write just after developing entire plan. So that includes the main goals, recommendation of the plan for quick management review, right? So it will help to the management to understand the key points, right? Current market situation analysis, that is especially it describes the target market and the company present position, including information about the market trend, market performance, product performance, competitors, and also the various forces in the macro environment, how those impact on the company business, right? Everything we want to analyze under the current market situation. This analysis support us to understand the present market situation and to identify the target segments, how our target market is big, so how far it is growing, whether it is growing, whether it's stuck. Then what can we do from under the new marketing plan? So therefore you want to understand who are the customers, who are the competitors, who are the expected sales levels, everything you can analyze under the situation analysis, right? Then situation analysis support you to understand the major threats and opportunities. So therefore, third stage is you can apply the SWOT analysis. Then you can understand how can company pick the opportunities to carry out the better business plan for next planning period. Especially marketing plan, we prepare for the 1 year or 2 year time period. If it is a tactical plan, maybe 6 months or 1 year. Strategic marketing plan, sometimes it may be 5 years or less than 5 years time they can plan, right? So then they can develop, they can help the opportunity and threat analysis help management to understand positive and negative development relating to the company business and their the environment and their different changes relating to the marketing environment. Simply you can apply here SWOT analysis. It is very important for you to do this SWOT analysis or any other analysis in your final assignment as well, right? Then the third one, I don't want to explain those things. If a person do not aware or want to get more things relating to SWOT analysis, I put one single slide for you to understand that one. So internal capabilities, we calculate or we look at under the strength and the limitations within the business organizations. We look at as the weaknesses. Opportunities, it is actually what are the area that we company can exploit their or maybe the way they can get especially the favorable areas that the company can work. That is we call as opportunities. In other way, you can look at the able to exploit its advantage. So new favorable areas, so new competitive advantage. Those are this is we look at under the opportunities. Threats, those are the challenge or the different problems faced to the face from the external environment. If it is that is the unfavorable trends relating to the business, right? Maybe decline in market, maybe the economic shock like Sri Lankan present context, right? Maybe the economic what the specifically market stagnating markets, maybe the different issues relating to the external environment you can look at as threats, right? then I am not getting, just after analyzing doing SWOT, you can understand the objectives, right? Especially for the marketing plan objective. That objectives, two types, right? So there are two types of objectives in your marketing plan you may need to develop. First one is marketing objectives or the marketing goals. The other one is financial goals. That should be clearly mentioned under the two types of goals. If you want to achieve 5% market share for the next planning period as a new product you are going to launch, so then it is very effective objective and the smart and the measurable objective relating to marketing. And also, if you are going to look at the financial value you are going to get through the next planning period, maybe the 1,000 number of it, maybe the 1 lakh sales or whatever the thing, so that can be put under the financial objective, right? So you can explain financial and marketing goals very clearly to understand anybody what the objective of marketing objective of this particular marketing plan. So it is also important for you, but I am not highly concerned to allocate marks for these different sections. Especially I put more marks for marketing strategy. So it is the marketing logic by businesses to hope to achieve its marketing objectives. What are the different strategies, logics, or maybe the game plans that you are going to apply to achieve company marketing objectives? Especially marketing objectives you put on your marketing plan, right? So there are two sections you here. Again, you may pay your attention, especially two types of strategies or two types of interrelated strategies. You want to develop target marketing strategies and also marketing mix strategies, target marketing strategies and the marketing mix strategies, right? So here it is very clearly you want to tell what is your target market, what is your segmentation and the target market, what is your position in message, right? I think Lalit sir will conduct how can you find the STP or the target market through this process. So it will support you to understand very clearly how can you develop target marketing strategies. Then again, product price place promotion, especially linked with the physical or the products, and if it is go beyond, then you can understand how can 7 P's you can develop if it is services, right? So all these strategies, no need to apply here, but it depends with your marketing objectives. Marketing objective should match with your strategies, right? Different strategies. Sometimes you may have to pay more attention for promotional strategies. Sometimes you may need to pay more attention for pricing strategy. Likewise, especially different strategies, how can you use to achieve the company marketing plan objective is very important and clearly write in your marketing plan. After writing that part, you want to develop a action program, right? As I mentioned earlier, it may need to explain what is the activities you will be going to do under the next planning period. So what will be done, when it will be done, what is the time period, and also who are responsible for different activities, maybe marketing manager or the top manager, or maybe the HR manager or manufacturing section, or maybe the group or the team of the people. Everything we want to consider. Ultimately, we want to put how will progress be considered, how the marketing plan progress will continue and will consider. So here we can look at the consumer satisfaction survey as examples, and different things you can look at and you can apply to get the feedback of the planning actions, right? So finally, you can develop budget, and I am not touching a lot of things relating to that. What are the revenues and expected cost versus revenue? You can put under the projected profit and sales projection section under the budget. Finally, you may need to tell how your plan going to be monitor the progress. how to evaluate, how you measure the results of the marketing strategies in your marketing plan. If there is any differences related to the plan, written plan one and the implementation plan, then you want to take corrective actions to ensure that the objectives can be achieved. So if it is not, again you want to correct it very quickly, right? So all the senior managers are responsible to review implementation results with their expected goals of the marketing plan, right? So these are the different stages in marketing plan. Simply, I touch all the points for you to understand what marketing plan and what are the key points you may need to concern in your final assignment, right? Okay. Take more time, but anyway, we will discuss next time. Any issues if you have, if it is not, you can start your final assignment today itself, right? Okay. Then the other presentations, just after other presentations, I will touch key points with necessary handouts for you to get more understanding about the article presentation section. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Any question?
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Recording.